What's up? This is That Dirty Spoon from the IWC, and this is the Wrestling Recap Show for February the 10th, 2013. First off, we are well on the road to Wrestlemania. Apparently, people like the fact that The Rock is the new WWE champion. Ratings are definitely up for WWE. TNA had a slight ratings bump and a huge announcement. But what we're going to start with first is looking to the future, and that's the Elimination Chamber. I will have a full Elimination Chamber preview video hopefully Tuesday. Everything's pointing to that. It will be this coming Tuesday. I also apologize for this being so late. I'm having a lot of issues with lighting in my apartment for the last couple days. But this is the road to WrestleMania. Everybody's bringing their A game, so I'm going to talk about it. First up, as it's WWE is setting up, there's only going to be one Elimination Chamber at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and it looks like it will be the #1 contenders for the World Heavyweight Championship. Booker T and Teddy Long are looking for members of the WWE Universe to impress them. Currently, we've got Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan Danielson, and Mark Henry, all qualified for the World Heavyweight Championship #1 contender Elimination Chamber. First off, I don't think this devalues the Elimination Chamber per se, but I do think it's going to be a little bit hard for me as a fan to get behind the person who wins the Elimination Chamber just to open WrestleMania. If we're going by history, the World Heavyweight Championship match has opened the past 2 WrestleManias. Now, those were extremely stacked cards, and the placement of those matches was, well, definitely both in the first hour. And, 2 years ago, it opened up the show, and then it was a 18 second, 42 second, however long that Sheamus Daniel Bryan match was. So, I mean, to then have to go through a chamber match to possibly, I don't know. That being said, because this is going to be the only chamber match at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, I really hope it doesn't open the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view match. That's my biggest concern. But all that being said, a returning Mark Henry getting a monster push. Looks like they're picking up right where they left off when he got injured, and I think that is spectacular. I thought that monster Mark Henry was the perfect Mark Henry that we really needed, and we got a lot. WWE got a lot of mileage out of that character. They're continuing that. And it looks like that we are going to have that monster Mark Henry that we have been looking forward to, and we really enjoy the second half of, the first part of 2012, and definitely into the summer 2011. But again, one chamber match in an Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, it's like one Hell in a Cell match at a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Go back to making it the No Way Out or the pay-per-view, and I would feel a lot better about having one Elimination Chamber match. That being said, there have been some really big returns to WWE, like the aforementioned Mark Henry and Jack Swagger, the All-American American, is back. A little bit edgier. He's sporting a black singlet and a little bit of a scruff, trying to be like the IWC man myself. Jack Swagger sporting a little scruff, a little 5 o'clock shadow. Anyway, I like this new, again, a little bit darker, more edgy. He has renamed his ankle lock the Patriot Act, which, okay, I mean, I'm all for it, but I like that. Definitely giving him a little bit more of something to hold on to. The SmackDown roster is being bolstered right before the brand split is all but gone. I mean, even when the house shows are going to be WWE branded, not Raw or SmackDown branded going forward. Again, I live in a big city, so I don't get a lot of house shows, but I guess it's a way to better use the talent, have the big names on the super house shows on the bigger cities, and maybe the B team on the smaller cities. I don't know. I just don't know. With the way they book, everyone's on the same level almost entirely. It's yeah. mean, there's a lot of things that I just really, I don't know. I'm very much mad on a lot of the more business sides, but on the wrestling side, what they're putting in front of the camera, I've got to say that CM Punk and most definitely The Rock, they are definitely putting on their A game, and that will definitely be the main event at Elimination Chamber. Is going to be CM Punk versus The Rock again, and whew, this new Punk, man, I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. I do kind of miss Paul Heyman, which is going to be my next big point, is this huge angle with Paul Heyman and a returning Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's just wrecking. I mean, all the returns at the Royal Rumble and since the Royal Rumble have just been, I mean, great returns. Impact as soon as they come in. WWE, the writing staff has something for these people, and that's how you introduce a character. You don't just have them show up and dance, Fandango, and just, you know, that's But again, Brock Lesnar jumping into a program with backing up Paul Heyman, just F5ing The Miz, F5ing Vince McMahon to the hospital. You got Mark Henry destroying Sin Cara, destroying Rey Mysterio is coming in, an intense Jack Swagger. Just, I mean, there's something for these guys to do. That's how you introduce a character. That's pretty much what's going on in WWE, and it's just great all around, top to bottom. It looks like they're building a good card for Elimination Chamber. TNA, they got some exciting things going as well. Again, I started watching, keeping up more with TNA once I found out Lockdown was coming to the state of Texas in San Antonio. I'm working on plans to get there. It's got, right now, I've got a 75% chance that I will be attending Lockdown live. And so, talking about TNA, it's kind of good and bad. It's good. TNA will now be going on the road. I don't know if you probably heard the announcement already, but TNA will start taping Impact on the road, and that is definitely something they need to move their product forward. I think they have gone as far and as they can go in Orlando. Now moving it on the road, taking it to a different city, you'll definitely get a crowd that is interested in the product. They have buy-in, and they will definitely make it a better show, no doubt. On the flip side, they're still driving, all-consuming, biggest angle is aces and eights, and there has been very little progress since last November, December, when I really got tired of them. So far, again, Taz was the big reveal at the Bully Ray wedding. He's a member of Aces and Eights, and I gotta say, I think that Taz has become a much better straight up heel announcer, but not just heel. He's definitely a heel announcer, but he's putting Aces and Eights as the team, as the group, as the super group in TNA. That's definitely what he needed to do. On the flip side, that Bischoff and you know what? Those two upstarts, the Briscoe kid and the Bischoff kid, they decided to join Ace and Eights because apparently the Briscoe kid was tired that he wasn't getting callbacks from Hulk Hogan because his name is Briscoe. Well, and they're just playing the typical sport. Even the Bischoff kid, they're playing the spoiled, I should be able to walk into any wrestling organization because of my last name. Well, you know, that was obvious months ago, even before Bound for Glory. I was saying, other people were saying, yeah, these guys are just an Ace and Eights, just a matter of time. They are not the names that make people stand up and say, wow, this is a group I need to respect. This is more lower mid-carders, rookies at best, guys who just, their last names may mean something, but once they see, oh, well, no. Give me the mastermind. Give me the guy. Give me somebody in that. If there's anybody in TNA that can make me care about that group, I haven't seen it. And that, they really need to move that group at least on level. Anytime Ace and Eights has not even an even fight, but a fight where they're not 6-on-1, they lose. And that's a problem with the group that's supposed to be a main event group. You got almost I'm not gonna say half, but at least a quarter of your talent roster tied up in this one angle. You've got a Hulk Hogan, you've got Brooke Hogan, all these people, Sting, Bully Ray, at the forefront of this angle, and nobody cares because the only person that anybody knows who's not a huge wrestling fan is Hulk Hogan, and he's not wrestling. And maybe, very possibly Sting, but Sting's wrestling is good. But that's not the name I want associated with this group, because Sting is beating on these guys. Honestly, I just hope somebody's behind this that makes this group worthwhile. But again, TNA coming on the road, hotter crowds, maybe even some real big arenas instead of a soundstage. Again, these are changes that needed to happen, and I'm moving TNA in the right direction, and I'm all for it. Hopefully, other people are going to get behind it. I'm definitely put it back on my DVD-R rotation. I'm watching the episodes. I'm commenting on these videos, and I will be live in attendance at the 75% sure I will be at Lockdown. So, again, a great time to be a wrestling fan. Really looking forward to it. Looking forward to the road to WrestleMania. Elimination Chamber is going to be a big road bump. I'm definitely going to see, I'm sure I'm going to double check, but I'm definitely going to be doing a complete preview video on Tuesday, get my predictions out there so you guys can critique them. Looking forward to your feedback. This has been That Dirty Spoon from the IWC, signing off.